everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do some work on a English oak, royal oak, that I dug up last year. It's been growing in my big pots and now I think it is time to have a first look at the roots. The tree is kind of healthy, buds are opening, so let's do that. So here he is next to the holly that I dug up, and as you see, buds are swelling. We have new little shoots coming from the very bottom of the trunk, which is something that is quite normal for a oak. Well, I'm going to get him out of the pot, might take some time, and then we'll have a look at the roots. So here we have it. Looks like there's already new growth on the roots, so might be a delicate operation. Depending on what I find as good usable roots, this tree will go back in the big pot or maybe in a smaller pot and maybe, who knows, in a bonsai pot. So I'm not sure about that. So let's get to work and clean this up. So like always, I'm going to start raking out the roots from the top. And as you see, this tree is still in the soil where I found it. So I didn't do anything, but now I think it's really time to have a look at what I can keep. And this is always the dangerous moment, so I hope I can make a playlist for this tree, because that would mean that he still is alive. And if not, well, I found that this tree had a nice shape. It's natural. I didn't do anything. But oaks, that's always a difficult first step, because they make a big taproot, and yeah, most of the fine roots are just clinging to that taproot. So if you remove that taproot, well, there's not a whole lot of fine roots left. But okay, this one had some time to recover, and this soil is very, very, very loose. But still we have this big root here, but not too much on this big root. So that's very, very encouraging. I also think that I have a nice start of a root base here. So this is nice. This is, well, okay, I'm going to wash this. That will make some things a whole lot more visible. Well, I think this doesn't look too bad as a root base. Of course, we still have that big taproot, but yeah, for sure I can remove it up to here, and that will be not a big problem for the tree. Don't think that he can stand on his own now, but well, he doesn't have to. Here I have three nice roots at the same height. This one has the same height too. It's a small one, but this is also at the same height. So I'm going to remove the little suckers here, and also the roots that are too high. And by doing so, I'm just establishing the root plane where the flare of the tree will come from. So I think it's going to be something like that. Now I have a good strong root here, which is a little bit of a shame to get rid of it, because you see it's, well, the tree is depending on it already, but it's still early, so maybe I'll just cut back here. So that this root, which has a few feeder roots, can take over. It's a shame about the roots already starting, but yeah, what can you do? So I still have a nice root plane here, and I think that it would be a mistake to cut back some of the pieces where there are already new roots, but maybe I can just shorten them and shorten some of the others. Okay, so let's have a look from a distance now. Now I need to pick a front for this tree, and I kind of like this. I have a few good roots here. The trunk here has a nice, interesting movement. I can use this as a new top, or this, so that's okay. So I'm just going to shorten this tree. Oaks are relatively flexible. I'm going to keep this, it's a healthy branch, and remove this. I'll cut here, so now I have a branch pointing outwards. I'm not sure this is on camera, I'll have a look, 1 second. So I'm not sure that I had it, but okay, I removed this branch here because I have a good one here. I removed the part here because there's a branch pointing at the back. This can be a front, can be wired. This, well, I don't know. So now I have a secondary branch here, which is very nice, but it's going to be a little long. It should not be longer than the main tree. So that's what I'm going to keep. Now the question is, big pot or bonsai pot? Nah. The question is, do I have a bonsai pot left? So let me have a look to see if I can find something to put this guy in, because, well, I kind of like it, and I'd like to keep an eye on him this growing season. So okay, I'm going to search for a pot. And in the meantime, this tree goes in a bucket of water. So here I found a nice robust pot. It's one of these drum pots with 3 big feet and an opening and an opening and an opening. So I like to have the opening right at the front. It also has quite big holes to put some wires to, but yeah, I don't wire in my tree, so that's not really important. But of course now I need to cover these holes with some screens. And the pot, well, it's probably not ideal because most of the time it is better, they say, to put a deciduous tree in a glazed pot, but I don't have any glazed pots from this size, so I don't think that's gonna be possible. And anyway, the oak is a very robust and masculine looking tree, so it will do very nicely in this pot, which is big enough, but as you see, not that big, because it's a fairly extending root base. So, for the position of the tree, if you have 2 major branches, well, this is a major branch, this is the trunk, it is best to look at it in a side view. So you don't want them exactly to be next to each other. So you can put this one a little bit in the front by twisting the tree like so, or you do the opposite, and I think that I'm going to do the opposite slightly. So this one is in the front, and now the complicated thing, I have to cover all these roots up and try to get them to stay down while I'm doing this. And I can do that by adding weight on them from the substrate, but if you don't use enough substrate, they will bounce right back. And also, it is now that I can open this up. So you see, I'm really opening up the root base so that it is well spread. And that is something that I will be happy for in the coming years, because this tree has a good start. I removed everything that I didn't like, well, mostly. Okay, so this is nice. I'm going to add a little bit of the old soil and substrate where he was growing in, because, well, he liked that nutrition. So that's just, yeah, comes from a sort of pine forest, little acidic. So I will add a layer of that, and nutrition in this layer will gradually come down and feed the roots, which is supposed to make this tree very happy. And I like happy trees. And I'm going to cover it with a nice layer of good bonsai soil, because when you water it, it sinks directly through the well draining soil, and then it might sit a little while in the other part, but it won't slide back on the edges. So I'm going to work this in now, but there's not a whole lot to work in. And by working this in, I'm also mixing the bonsai substrate to the other soil, the very organic soil, which will create a nice mix. I'm very happy that this tree is doing well. I've been looking at him for quite some months now, and the fact that the buds are swelling and that he's growing, it's very nice. I also have my acorns on the rocks project. That is, well, half of this project is great, and the other half, well, was exposed to the sun too much and did not do that great. So, okay. So I had to replace the acorns. Luckily, there's a lot of royal oaks here in the neighborhood. Okay, so this tree is planted too deep. We know that. That's the best way to make sure that he has a stable environment to grow. And that's going to be it. After watering, of course, which is not that interesting to watch. And so here we have it. You're looking at the front currently, and if I take it 90 degrees, yeah, 90 degrees, yeah, well, you can see that this branch is in the back. This is how the tree looks from the back, so that's okay. I'm going to have some back branching here. That's not a lot, but because I cut some stuff off, I might have new buds appearing. And this is the front, so it's going to be a really oak shaped tree. So maybe I'll open this up a little to form the crown, and I see that I have a inward facing branch here, so I don't want that. But for the rest, I'm rather happy. It's quite thin. It's my pinky, but it's doing fine, and I don't always need gigantic trunks. But it will take its time, and hopefully in a couple of years we will have something that looks like a miniature young English oak. So that's what I hope will happen. So in the meantime, thank you for watching. Do the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, share. It's very much appreciated. So thank you for watching. See you next time.